The first step is setting up your direct deposit. When you get paid from your job, a portion of that check can go straight into your savings account. Most companies will allow you to set this up so a certain percentage or a fixed dollar amount gets deposited right into your savings account every payday. For example, if you're making $40,000 per year, try setting aside 10% of that in your emergency fund. That would be $4,000 a year, or $333 per month. Or if you make $60,000 a year, try setting aside 20% of that in your emergency fund. That would be $12,000 a year, or $1,000 a month. If you have more than one income stream, each paycheck can go to different places. Maybe one paycheck goes to your primary bank account for your main checking account, where you pay all of your bills out of, and then a portion of that paycheck can also go to your savings account. And if you have a second income stream, like maybe you have a side hustle, each and every dollar you earn from that side hustle can be deposited directly into your savings account. So when you start getting that direct deposit set up, you want to think about how much can I realistically set aside every single paycheck into my savings account. And the next thing is having some sort of automatic withdrawal. Having the money automatically withdrawn from your paycheck before you even see it is one of the best ways to save. This way, you won't even feel like you had that money in the first place, because it's not going to come out of your checking account. You're not going to see it. You're not going to spend it. It's just going to magically appear in your savings account. Now, after you set up the direct deposit, the next thing to do is to set up an automatic transfer. An automatic transfer is basically setting up your computer to move money from your checking account into your savings account on the same day and time each month. So let's say you want to transfer $100 from your checking account to your savings account every month on the last day of the month. You can set up an automatic transfer to do that for you. You usually have to go into your online banking to set this up. Look for something that says transfers, transfer money, or automatic transfers, and you should be able to set one up from there. Now, this might seem a little bit tedious, but it's super important. First of all, this gives you a deadline. Now you know that by the last day of the month, you need to have enough money in your checking account to cover that $100 transfer to your savings account. Otherwise, if you don't have $100 by the last day of the month, that transfer is not going to happen. So it's really important to have that deadline and that hard stop. And secondly, most people spend everything they earn, and then at the end of the month they realize, oh, I have no money left, and that's why we have to do this. But if you have automatic transfer set up, you can kind of psychologically trick your brain into saving money, because at the end of the month, you won't have that money anymore. And you won't even think about it because it's already gone, and you can kind of trick your brain into thinking, oh, I didn't even have that money, so I must not miss it. After you set up those two things, the next thing you want to do is set up an automatic savings challenge. There's a few different ways you can do this. One way is to use a budgeting app. And what this means is that you're going to link all of your credit cards and all of your bank accounts to the app. The app will monitor your spending over the course of a month, and then it'll tell you how much you spent in each category, and then it'll suggest a savings amount. So let's say you spent $400 on eating out. Then it'll suggest you save $40. So you can set up an automatic savings challenge where you challenge yourself to actually save that amount. Let's say you end up saving $100 from your app. You can set up an automatic transfer to move that $100 from your checking account to your savings account. Another way you can do an automatic savings challenge is by using your bank. Many banks offer this feature where you can round up your purchases to the nearest dollar, and then the difference is saved. So let's say you spend $2.35 on coffee. Your bank will take that $2.35 and round it up to $3. Then that 65 cents will be saved. Or another option is to set up a high-yield savings account with an online bank. A lot of these online banks offer better interest rates than traditional brick-and-mortar banks. And so a lot of these online banks have features that they'll round up your purchases to the next dollar and automatically deposit the spare change into your savings account. Next, you want to have a self-imposed challenge. This could look like banning yourself from buying non-essential items for a certain period of time. So maybe you want to ban yourself from buying clothes for 3 months. Or it could also look like increasing your income. Maybe you pick up extra shifts at work, or you put in more hours at your side hustle. Whatever it is, it should be something that's challenging for you. It should be something that you don't normally do. And it should be something that you know you can improve upon. Because if it's too easy, it's not really a challenge, is it? Challenge is supposed to be difficult. And the next thing you can do is just set an arbitrary date. We'll say that by July, you want to have $1,000 in your emergency fund. Think about how much you need to save every month in order to hit that goal by July. So let's say you need to save $100 a month to hit your goal. That's going to be your new deadline. By the last day of the month, you need to have $100 in your checking account in order for you to make that transfer to your savings account. Having that deadline can help you stay focused and motivated because you know that if you don't hit that deadline, then you're not going to reach your goal of having $1,000 in your emergency fund by July. And finally, make sure to keep track of your progress. Keep track of how much you've saved, how much you have left to save, and what your goal is. If you're using a budgeting app, it'll automatically show you how much you've saved. If you're using an online bank, they'll also show you how much you've saved. Or you can simply open up your savings account and see how much you have in there. And then keep track of that number, whether it's on a spreadsheet or in a notebook or on your phone. Keep track of that number because that number is going to motivate you to continue saving. Seeing that progress, seeing that you have $500, then $600, then $700, that's going to motivate you to keep going. When you're growing your emergency fund, it's important to remember that every little bit counts. Don't think that $50 or $100 isn't going to make a difference. It does make a difference. Every little bit counts. So keep that in mind and keep saving. And before you know it, you'll have built up your emergency fund and you'll be on your way to financial stability.